Hey everyone! So in this video, I'm going to quickly put together a slideshow style video using the same graphics that I used for my blog posts. Now I also wanted to mention a few things that I didn't in the first video, which a big one is, audio. You can actually split audio from another video and use that audio, and some things like cutting clips. So let's get to it. Alright, so I've opened up Rush, and now I'm gonna go to the folder where I put all of my graphics in. So if you stayed super organized throughout this whole thing, then this is gonna be super easy. So all I'm gonna do is, let's see, I've got my folder right here, and I got a folder right here. And so I am going to grab all of these, and while I was saving them, I was also numbering them. So it makes it even easier. So I have 01 title, done. Okay, then I'm going to click number 2, correct. I don't want my Photoshop files. Tip number 2, location. Oops. Oh, and if you accidentally click on something, now, if you accidentally click on something out of order, you can just click this icon down here where it makes it larger and uncheck this here. Okay, then I'm going to come back here to make it smaller. Okay, tip 3, yes. Soft lighting. Okay, tip 4. All right, and then it actually goes to this. Then tip 5, don't over edit. Yes, and then my thank you for following. Awesome. All JPEGs. Cool. Now I'm going to go back really quick because I'm also going to add this video that has all my audio in it. So let's go ahead and click that. All right, and I'm going to click on the create button. Okay. Now it's pulling everything together, and it's just going to put everything right in order in the way that I selected it. So that works out pretty nicely. Move myself up over here. Okay, so now we can, so let me show you a few things. So if we wanted to split the audio from here, and actually let me change my view real quick. I like being able to see all the different channels. All I gotta do is right click on here and click on separate audio. Okay, so now my audio is separated from the video clip, and I can go ahead and delete this, and now I have the audio to work with if I want. Now, if you didn't want to do that, if instead you'd like to do a voiceover, you would instead, so let me actually move my cursor. Oh, I need to just make this, there we go. Let's move this over here. Okay, I'm going to move over here where there isn't audio right now. So if I wanted to actually record a voiceover for this video, I can come over here and see on this track we have this little microphone. So I can go ahead and click on there, and it turns into a red button. And now I'm going to click it one more time. It gives me a countdown, and I can start recording audio right now. When I'm done, I can just go ahead and click on here again, and it stops recording. I now have a voiceover to work with. Sweetness. So you could totally do that as well, or you can use audio from over here. Or if, like I said, this is a slideshow style video, you could just do music also. It just kind of depends on your style, what you want, and what's going to work best for your video. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this, and I'm just going to get rid of this one for now. And let's see, what else did I want to show you? Now, let's say you did have a video and you wanted to cut a piece out. So let me go ahead and bring a video back in real quick. Bring this in, add. Okay, so let's say we got to, right over here, and first off, it's too big, right? So let's go ahead and change that up. Let's see. No. Oh, I just need to click on here and make it smaller. That's what I need to do. There we go. Okay, so let's say I wanted to cut right here, and I wanted to cut a piece out. I can just hit the little scissors. All right, and now it's cut, and it's on its own separate clip. Okay, and then I can keep cutting areas. I can cut here and then delete, just hitting delete. Yeah, so it's really quick and easy to just kind of move things around, cut things out, toss them out. So, but for this, I am not doing that. I am doing just a slideshow video for this example. And what's really good to do when you have text, and I've tried to keep my text as short as possible on these slides. You don't want to overdo it because you don't want to leave slides on screen for a long time. And you don't want to have so much text that people are trying to rush and read it all. So I'm going to put this all together. I've already got it in the right order, easy. I'm going to add some transitions, add some music, and then I'm going to play it and I'm going to read it out loud to see if there's enough time for people to read. And I'm going to read at a pretty even pace. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, do that work real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I added my transitions between each slide. I added a song. In this case, I decided to go with an upbeat type of song. And when it comes to the volume, what I usually do is I set my volume at about halfway, and then I listen to see if it's a comfortable volume. So, okay, that sounds pretty good. So it's not super loud. And it's not too low. It's way too low. So it seems like for this, right around the middle is working pretty good. So that's great. When this really gets important is when you, if you have like a voiceover and then you also add music, you want to make sure that the music isn't louder than your voice and it's not distracting from your voice. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and play this, and as I play it, I'm reading this out loud. And the reason why I'm reading it out loud is it takes longer usually to read out loud than it does reading in your head, so it gives you a good pace. And you don't want to read super fast like this to try to get through it all. You want to read at about a pace that people will be watching, okay? And not everyone reads at the same pace. Some people read faster, some people read slower, so it's better to, you know, have a nice chill type of timing, I guess, than being super rushed. All right, so let's hit play and see how it goes. How to take a professional so right away I didn't finish that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this clip and see I've got that little arrow that comes up, and I'm going to pull it out a little bit more, and let's try this again. How to take a professional profile photo with your phone. Perfect. Okay. Tip 1, dress for the job you want. Example. Oh, I didn't get to really look at every single example, so I'm going to pull this and make it a little bit bigger. Example, no. Yes! Okay. Tip number 2, look for a simple background. Nope, didn't quite finish saying background. Let's just go a little bit bigger. Oops, let's start back here. Tip number 2, look for a simple background. No, yes. No, yes. Tip number 3, use soft lighting. I need a little bit more time for that one. Okay, I'm going to do the rest real quick, and then I'll come back and I'll finish talking about this audio down here. Okay, so I went through and read it all through, then I watched it again, doing the same thing to make sure it sounded good, and my video ended up being just a little bit over a minute, so we're looking good. Now I need to go ahead and take care of this audio, so I don't need it to be this long. If I exported my audio or my video right now, the video would be like 3 minutes long because the audio is that long and we don't want that. So let's go ahead and pull this here, and I'm selecting the audio and then just dragging, and then it's just going to kind of snap to the end there. Sweet. And the other thing is we don't want it to be super abrupt. Now, the beginning of tracks usually kind of come in on their own. That works fine. But the end, Okay, that's really abrupt. Now, so I'm going to actually add transitions to the audio as well. So let's go here, and I'm going to just drag this over here, and it adds it in. Now I can also change the amount, how long the transition actually is. And that goes for these transitions too, for your slides or your videos. If you feel like it needs a little bit more time to move to the next or something, that's completely fine. You can play with these. So I'm just going to pull this out over here a bit. And let's just start from over here. Okay, a lot better. Liking it. I'm liking it. And you know, I did notice that this transition did need a little bit longer. You can really play with this a lot. Those of you who maybe have already taken the video, some of the video classes, know how much editing goes into it. And if you haven't taken any, I definitely recommend them. This is really just kind of a quick primer on how to do video. All right, so let's just go back again. Okay. All right, so one thing that I didn't do, which is usually a good idea to do, but you know, sometimes we forget things, is to actually put what type of music you are doing. So give the creators, the music people, their own credit. Now, it's because I'm using Rush, and as part of me using Rush, we have these free audio tracks to use. I'm not too worried about it. But if you end up using music from someone else, or it's not the same situation as this, I would definitely say to add a music credit to your ending slide, and for sure, add a music credit to the description when you upload to YouTube. That can be really important too. All right, guys, so not too shabby. It's time to go ahead and share this last video. Let's see. We're looking good, and I want to change where it's saving to. I'm gonna go ahead and just save it in the same video. Here we go. All right, let's save it here, and we're gonna make sure we rename it. So tips for professional profile photos. All right, I'm gonna name it in here. This all looks good, and now I just need to click on the export. All right, and you know, the nice thing about Rush is you actually can set it up to publish straight over. So, well, that's a whole nother thing, but you can, you know, come over here and, you know, publish directly to YouTube. You have to sign in. You do have to do some setup. But if this ends up being something that you're doing often, or maybe you're always publishing to Facebook or Instagram or even Behance, then this could be a real time saver to set this up too. All right, guys, can't wait to see what videos you make.